It was the morning of September 11th, 2015. I was working in my home office, and I was on the phone with a colleague, and I wasn't feeling well. And I went to stand up, and the next thing I remember, I was on the floor. I was home alone. Luckily, my phone landed right next to me, and so I was able to push the speed dial. It was instantaneous in my mind. I see the crew of the Summit First Aid Squad standing over me. The next thing I remember is one of the crew members saying, "We're not waiting." And within seconds, again in my mind, I was in the back of an ambulance. So I got to Overlook. After about 2 days, I was chatting with the doctor. He said, "You had an unbelievable result." He goes, "Somebody made an unbelievable decision when they got you here, because time was not your friend, and it would have had a much worse outcome if I did not get to Overlook in a very quick period of time."
I'm very proud of the First Aid Squad, and I feel privileged to be part of such an excellent organization. The squad provides such a vital service to the people of Summit, and it does so at no cost. Nobody ever gets a bill from us. We have no paid staff. We're all volunteers.
With the Summit Volunteer First Aid Squad, we are made up of over 80 active volunteer members who answer over 2,000 calls a year. Many of them are people who live and work in the city of Summit. And because of that, they have a vested interest in what goes on in Summit and making it a better community.
The squad receives no funding from the City of Summit. We rely on donations and grants from the people we serve, people just like you.
Well, we are always looking for new members at the Volunteer First Aid Squad. Our members are from all different backgrounds, all different ages. We have high school students, we have retirees, we have stay-at-home parents. A lot of people worry that they don't have the training or the background to join the squad. We provide all the training that's necessary for people to participate on a crew and ride on an ambulance. Volunteering at the squad is a really remarkable experience. It's one of those experiences where at the end of the day, you can go home and say, "Today I made a difference. Today I helped somebody."
The cost of providing emergency medical services has increased sharply. A number of communities near us no longer have volunteer squads. Now, what would happen if we were no longer here? The one thing we can be certain of is the cost of the service would increase. That's a given. But perhaps even more importantly, the amount of time it would take for an ambulance to get to a call would likely increase, and perhaps significantly. Our average response time is just a little over 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 1 second to be exact. And sometimes a minute or two of response time makes a great deal of difference.
While the doctors at Overlook were unbelievable, it would have all been for naught if it wasn't for the great care and quick response of our Summit Rescue Squad. It was very comforting. I knew the 2 individuals that were on the crew that day that took me to the hospital. Knowing them gave me a sense of, hey, these guys got my back. And I think that's really what the Summit Rescue Squad is all about. They have all of our backs.
Thank you so much for all of your past support. If you are with us when we need you, we will always be here when you need us.